What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and we are playing another splendiferous, magnanimous episode of Aarklash Legacy, a game that is really kind of attaching itself to my psyche. I've been thinking about it a lot. I played around with his taunt, and I figured out how it works now. The problem that I was running into in the previous episode was that the taunt actually has a range on it. If they walk outside the range, it doesn't go off, so you can't really, run around hoping for the best with him. We have some level ups to take care of. I was looking through the inventories of everybody and noticed that everybody has skill points to spend, so let's do that really quickly. With Denzel, we're going to continue down his Shadow Assassin line, and over here he has a choice to where he goes invisible when he pops it, so it gives him a bit of a fade and an aggro dump. Or on the other end, it actually just blinds the enemy for a while, and it reduces the cost in SP. I'm going to go for the SP cost reduction, I think. Actually, no, let's leave it as a vanish so he has like an oh shit button if he really needs one. Over here, I'm going to go with, let's see, we've got Whirlwind of the God Rat. Oh no, this one. On this side, it allows him to be immune to control effects. This side buffs up his armor but increases the cost by decreasing his regeneration in SP. Not a good thing for a rogue, so I'm going to have him go this way. Actually, let's default him really quickly, and what I'll do is I'll fill these back in. And what I'd like to do now is let's take him up to where he gets control effects. And after that, I'm going to start buffing up his his damage spells. He needs to be able to do a little bit more focused damage, I think, for him to be really worthwhile for me to continue kind of pumping points into him. Nella has 3 points to spend, and over here we've got the ability to increase the amount of people that her AoE damages to 4, or we can have it immobilize the enemies that it hits so that we can get a little bit of range. For now, I'm going to play around with the extra targets, and then I'm going to start moving down her healing tree. One of her trees down here makes it so that she heals herself for the same amount every time she heals someone else, so it's kind of like a World of Warcraft Paladin Beacon of Light spell. And the other one is Fundamental Light, which means she has to channel it, and it restores health as she channels it, in return for being, I suppose, a little bit cheaper, but I think these need a little bit of love in the channeled spells. Not so impressive right now with the way the game's going. With Wendaru, I think what I'm going to do... And I think what I'm going to do with her is I'm going to focus down this tree, just try and get her capped out somewhere. That's going to make her heal a little bit harder, which is always nice. And then it's also, I think the damage is going to stay consistent. So in a nutshell, she's just going to heal a little bit harder. Not a whole lot of hard benefits that we can talk about there. Let's walk up this way, and we can either go right or left right here. It looks like we've got a tomb. Let's go ahead and handle the tomb first. I'm willing to bet we'll probably have a little bit of an altercation down this way. These charging guys, I wish I had a way to... I think his charge counts as a control effect. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have anything on me right now to immunize against control effects. So, what we might think about doing... Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's going to neutralize that, so either way, Bolam's going to get himself knocked out right here. It's a little bit weak. We might consider actually jumping in, though. And unfortunately, he didn't get it off first, so it was a little bit weak there. We've got a Flesh Spectre in the back, a Morbid Spectre over there too. He's going to immobilize Bolam, and he's actually got that control ability, which is a little bit of a pain since we can't lock him to the ground. I can almost guarantee he's going to jump on Bolam first, so Denzel's going to get back in here, and I think try and get some damage working on the Morbid Spectre. Everybody else, I think, is going to behave somewhat similarly. I need to get that Morbid Spectre taken care of. Maybe put Wendaru right there so she can continue healing on him. Maybe focus the Warrior of Belial a tad. Everybody else is going to get up in here, though, and kind of deal some damage. Let's get him going with his attack damage there. The next 3 attacks should do a pretty sizable grip. The ground is now corrupted, which is going to be a problem. We're going to have to put some pretty hard heals on Bolam. That came from the Flesh Spectre. The Warrior of Belial by no means is something to ignore either. I think I'm going to work on the backline people first, though. Over here, it's a tad of a waste, and her category is actually blocked right now. It's a little bit of a waste for me to do this, but I am going to do it either way. I'm going to get him going on his Speedy Boost attack, and as soon... Yeah, so there's that first control spell right there that she's going to be throwing out. Let's get a heal on Bolam, and as soon as Denzel's got enough SP to go... I'm actually going to have him dot this guy up too so that he goes down a little quicker. And so there it is. Now I'd like to work on the Flesh Spectre. I'm going to keep everybody else focusing as well as they can. Bolam's going to need love pretty shortly. He can also... Ooh, all of his categories are blocked. Alright, I don't want to reduce his armor or anything of that nature just yet. But I will give him another heal just to keep him nice and in the black. Very good. Denzel's back over here. He's got a little bit of time left. Oh, I didn't want you. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. We've got a AoE headed on out, and actually now that they're right there, I think I can actually hop this AoE around to do the maximum amount of damage. The ground is corrupted, so we need Wendy out of the way. There's a bit more damage. And I need them to really finish off that Flesh Spectre, like right now. Does he blow up? I don't remember. Let me have a look here. Annihilation. No. No, no. Okay, so good. I couldn't remember if he was one of the units that blows up. Denzel's got a little bit of damage going off. He's got a lot of blacked categories. But what we might do is he's still kind of... Okay, let's put him in that mode right there. Good, that gives Bo Lamb the aggro firmly. And what we'll do is let's drop another lightning bolt over here. And maybe focus on one of these weaker skeletons with the intent of possibly detonating a nourishing prey. And there it is. So everybody's nice and put back in order. We don't have enough mana to finish the last couple blasts, but let me kill this other skeleton. These warriors of Belial have this odd habit of coming back, which is a really, really irritating thing to do. If you're my enemy, if you're my enemy and I slay you, I expect you to be dead for the rest of the seasons. None of that crazy Marvel stuff where you show up in like alternate timelines or anything. And so down they go. Let's have a look. Ooh, treasure chest. I will definitely take the treasure chest. Not a lot of treasure to go down in the last little bit, and it looks like we've got the Amulet of Olheim. Let's have a look and see what that's going to do for us. The Amulet of Olheim gives quite a bit of armor, increases physical damage. That is the quintessential tank amulet right there. So we're going to equip it on there. It's going to increase the amount of healing that he receives by a lot, and it's also going to increase his HP, gives him a ton of armor, and makes him a little bit more punishing in melee. All around, great item to have drop. Anything else that's looking suspiciously amazing right now that I feel like equipping? Let's see if I've got any relics for him. He's using one that gives him a healing receive type deal. Kinda ugly. Nothing that's fitting his archetype for now. So no, nothing there. We'll go back through the items in just a moment. Let's go ahead and jump on into this spot right here. It looks like Bo Lamb's going to insist on going through the door first. He doesn't even look like he's going to fit. He's got kind of a barrel shape.
Entrance going down.
Why? Never going up. Why always down? Gods, do you hear me? I have questions.
Why must you chatter like a cricket at sunset? Shut up.
Bolam not care. He go down and crack the bonies good.
Alright, a little bit of internal strife right there. I can't decide who's like the leader of the troop. Like sometimes it seems like it's Denzel, but other times it seems like it's Nella. Not really sure who's supposed to be taking that lead. Did they recycle on me? They sort of did. They minorly recycled the theme. Let's head on in and figure out what kind of trap we're looking at here. What is going on? So it appears as though we've got different symbols down here. And it looks as though combined, all of these symbols down here comprise a combination of these symbols up here. So let's try... Strangely enough... Well, let's flip a switch and see what happens. So we want an X over here. Let's undo that then. Okay, so we've got an X. I can click that. That's now lit up. Maybe this is the active one that we're like applying the actual switch to. Let's try it. So we'll do that. And that. And then we'll flick this one. And then we'll try these two again. Although no, the X can be comprised of the two arrows. Never mind. I don't know how I didn't see that when I first started. I was like, we don't have enough slashies for this. All right, it looks like we've got a winner. Not bad. Could have been worse. Let's go ahead and plow through and see if they're going to put us up against a few more gargoyles. They have been falling back on the overall gargoyle-y type enemies, if I can use gargoyle-y as an adjective there. Yeah, it looks like we've got a Quaestor and a skeletal archer. The Quaester's got to go because he's got like a giant nuke heal, and he can also make whoever we're DPSing immune. Aside from himself, I don't think he can do it to himself, although he may have run into that problem previously. I can't remember. Let's go ahead and start DPS. Do we have any mages? No, just archers. Alright, I can accept that. Let's go ahead and start with everything we've got, and it looks like Denzel walked through an AoE there or something. We'll get him started with his DPS. I'm going to have Nella start with a little bit of extra help too, and maybe think about putting Windaroo into a spot where maybe she can ace this guy really, really quickly. Let's try it. There it is. Alright, so we got rid of the Quaester, and hopefully he doesn't come back. I forget what abilities this guy uses. I think he's just diving AoE, and he does a little bodily mischief, or bodily mystic for 10 seconds, aura. Okay, so he's got like an AoE kind of damage dealing attack right there. I don't know if he's activated it just yet, but we're going to get it going. I'm going to tempt fate right here. It says that it can propagate to 4 enemies. I'm going to test this out and see if maybe I can get all 4 with this go. Ooh, nope, no such luck. Well then, Denzel, pop yourself into there. How much do you have? Not enough, unfortunately. What's he casting? Distortion of the Soul. Okay, so let's get out of the way of that. Ooh, and Denzel took a bit of damage there. And what's he doing now? Okay, he's doing that mystic ability. Let's throw a heal on Bolam, and as soon as he's ready to go, let's see if maybe... No, Denzel, do not auto-attack or do anything of the sort. Let's see if maybe we can get over here and just work on somebody a little bit. Since it's about to expire, we'll have him drop an AoE really quickly. And think about maybe having Nella throw out another nuke. There we are. There's some damage. Windaroo now has aggro. Unfortunately, that means Bolam's got to do his thing. And there it is. And does she have aggro from everybody? She does. Okay, well, let's put Denzel over there. We'll get him started with Shadow Assassin. And I think Nella's going to have to take over on the heals. Let's make sure we get that gargoyle down first. Bolam's doing a pretty good job of maintaining his health anyways through all their DPS. That passive regeneration he has going is a really, really beautiful thing. We'll finish off this archer over here while Denzel kind of actually focus fire. There's no reason to spread the DPS around more than we have to. I think the archers have got a little bit of a DPS attack that they pop every now and again to deal a sizable chunk of damage. I know I could check that out just by looking at them, but I'm being lazy. Let's grab our prestigious earring, an earring of freedom, and a relic of the prophet, and then we'll bust this seal on open. So there it is. Take care of it, Bobo. And so it's now busted. So with one of 2 taken out now, I'm sort of wondering what kind of boss fight they're going to give us, or if they're just going to recycle content on me. That was a little bit worse. The Quaester, and actually somebody leveled up in that last go too. Who was it? It was Bobo! Let's go ahead and take Bobo and see what we want to level up here. Well, making him a better tank is the obvious choice since, I mean, we could probably build him as a DPS too, as it stands, which would be an interesting concept because we could use our other tanky fellow, possibly, because she's got the AoE taunt, and then build him as a DPS because I do like Bolam. However, I don't know how efficient it would be, so let's build him as a tank for now. We get free respecs anyway, so we'll play around with those ideas in the future. I do think his stomp could probably turn out to be fairly powerful by the end of this thing, especially if you can lower the SP cost. I mean, there's nothing that lowers the cooldown, which is my ideal ability. I would love to see this on like a 10-second cooldown where I can just bomb it out like every few seconds, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at Ogre vocabulary. And that looks like it's going to increase the amount of time that he taunts somebody. The 2 paths that we can take here is that we can make it propagate, so it's kind of like a chain taunt. And then the other way that we can go is it'll be a damage reflect, which is kind of a interesting way to... I don't really know. If we have him taunt the biggest, baddest dude on the block, that reflect could do a lot of damage. However, I think I'm going to go for the AoE ability, just because being able to control bigger amounts of mobs, always good in my book. Nobody else got the ding of happiness, so I think we're about ready to flow on out and do our thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's up this way. I mean, whoever handles the landscaping here has really been kind of falling down on the job. We need to get some of these bones swept up. We need to take care of some of these cracks. Maybe get some nice sod laid down. Just make this a little bit more attractive. But then again, I guess that's part of the mystique of Acheron. And I'm taking it kind of, oh, there it is right there. That's exactly why I was taking it slow. I wasn't sure what was going to come at me, bro. So let's put him into Shadow Assassin mode and we'll start focus firing some of these guys. I'd like everybody to be focused. Oh, these blow up. I remember now. Let's get out of the way of that then. Let's fall back a tad. Fall back before we roll out. And we should be able to just auto-attack these down. I've never seen these as being too much of a threat. Throw out an boom because it's fun and I like the way that he stomps. I could presumably, if I wanted to be immature, say that he's like doing a crazy ogre fart. But I'm going to refrain. I'm going to try and keep it classy. I'm going to keep visions of like Stephen Fry in my head and try and maintain my classiness. If you guys ever wondered who my favorite kind of actor is, I really enjoy both Edward Norton and Stephen Fry. Let's go ahead and grab those two little bits and bobs. Let's get Bolam back into the front, and we'll have a look around up here. I don't see any enemies. Part of me wants to head off this way. It looks like we've got a substantial area to explore. We've also got like some kind of Lord of the Rings looking gateway to doom over here. Maybe fall back a tad while I get a bearing. He's gonna go around the front and do it the difficult way. Let's send out the tank, kind of like sending in the clowns here. See if there's anything to be seen in this region. That treasure chest has got to be a trap. I don't see any way that chest isn't just going to backfire on me. Well, seeing as I don't see anyone around here, let's advance. I'm kind of worried that something bad's going to happen. I get that feeling a lot in this game. It's got to be just the bones and the blood trails everywhere. That's never an intro. It looks like a angsty 14-year-old's bedroom in here. Oh, I don't want to open the chest just yet, because what if there's like patrols around or something? Auto pause, enemy sighted. Who did we... Oh no, they're behind me. Fall back, gents. Oh, at least they saw Bolam first. So Bolam looks like he has been anti-magicked. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get everybody rolling. We've got an irritating, we've got a Flesh Spectre, we've got a Warrior of Belial, and a Black Paladin. We want to take care of the Flesh Spectre first because we want to limit the amount of AoE that's going to be flying through the air. AoEs make me very, very sad. That irritating, though, is on one of my guys, which is bad, bad, bad. He's back up already. I'm going to go ahead and have him taunt the irritating while we can. There it is. So the irritating is now on him, and I need him out of that little corruption zone, too. Wendaru has had her mana drained quite soundly, and he's been taunted back in, unfortunately. We're going to have to... I'm going to wait a minute on that one. With the Flesh Spectre, let's put him into Death Killy mode. And that was the 75 SP still. That's okay. And hopefully we'll get a little bit of damage done over here. And then Bolam needs some lovin', so let's throw that over there. And then right after, I'd prefer that she drain Nella. Well, she can drain Nella first. I forgot to hold down the shift key. Throw that out there so Bolam's feeling nice and frisky. Not too frisky, though. I'm not sure I can hold him off if he gets too frisky. And let's handle this Flesh Spectre. Let's throw a dot on him, maybe. And from there, let's get Nella started with the chain of AoEs. She doesn't have enough mana left to do anything else. Let's throw another Sacred Feast out. And what's happened here? Bolam? You're scaring me. Why are you running away? Okay, so there's some more AoE damage. She's almost ready to go with Mystic Star now. Let's get him started with a bit more damage dealing, so that he's moving a bit quicker. Let's throw out another AoE, while at the same time giving another healing star. Hopefully while he's down he can still absorb heals. We can hope. I'd like to make sure that all of our DPS is focused on the right guy here for now. He's still blocked off, unfortunately. I'm not really sure what's locking him down. Let's see here, the Warrior of Belial. So yeah, let's focus on the Warrior of Belial for a moment. And as soon as we get rid of him, I'll feel a lot happier and safer. Let's put a heal on Bolam preemptively, just to make sure we don't lose our big fluffy tank here. And the Ira Tenebrae is going to be last, since he tentatively comes back, sort of. And as soon as we get that Black Paladin down, let's give him a Clompy Stompy go. He's going to learn a lesson from Davian Thule, and we're going to do some Clompy Stompy action. I'm going to get another heal going on Bo Lamb again, just to make sure that things play out the way that I'd like. Do some damage to the Black Paladin. I can drain a bit more health here. Because Nella heals herself now, I can actually endlessly use her as a bit of a health doll. And she doesn't have the mana to cast anything else, though. She makes a really good off-healer, especially in combination with Wendaru. Now that she's actually able to heal herself while healing other people, that means that I can endlessly just drain her over and over and over again, essentially giving me an endless supply of healing. Let's finish this last mob off with our auto-attacky goodness. And down he goes, maybe? Oh, you're gonna make me look bad, aren't you, Black Paladin? Alright then, I see how it's gonna be. Let me throw out a little bit more damage then. Oh, he's got his immunity thing running. Well, never mind. Being a party fouler over here, just being an absolute tease. Let me slay you, sir. Looks like Denzel got a level up. We'll throw out another heal just for the Ira Tenebrae because we like him so very, very much. Let's get another little kit of damage going from Denzel. There it is. And sehr good. Another successful battle in which nothing horrible happened. Which, what more can you ask for in this game? As long as things don't go horribly awry. This game is pretty much running smoothly, considering the potential things that could go wrong every single time. We've got another purple item right there, so I'm going to jump back in, not just because we got gear, but also because we have another level up to go. That ring, 14 magic armor, 11 physical, 5 physical damage, healing done, healing received. Pretty cool item, but I think we already threw out... I mean, that'd be a really nice piece of gear for Bo Lamb once again. He's going to lose a little bit of damage, a little bit of physical armor, but he's going to continue getting better and better heals. He's actually up to, where is his healing receive stat? He's up to 16% bonus healing, and when Wendaru is healing for 700, I think, let's take a look here and see what her heal is doing. She's got 750, actually, so she's actually getting an extra 100 healing when she throws it out on Bo Lamb almost, which is very, very cool. Actually, a little over 100 healing if I'm running the numbers properly in my head. I'm doing a little bit of back-of-the-envelope math here. Because she's leveled up, we now get to choose whether we want to increase the healing on the target that he receives for the near future. I think I'm going to go with that one. I'm thinking about swapping out... Ooh, that's a tough choice, actually, considering we only get 4 guys. The way that I was thinking of arranging things with my healing team, not going to work because I can only bring along certain people. Here we can increase the amount of healing that the target receives, which means that Nella's off heals become more powerful as we go down this tree. Gonna get 50% more healing, meaning that nuke right there is gonna be much, much better. I think I am gonna go with that split. The other option is that we can reduce the healing received by an enemy, but it says and reduces by an enemy, so does that just like jump to a random enemy? I don't really know how that works, and since it's not targeted, I think I'm just gonna accept that right there. This one right here says an enemy gets reduced healing, but it doesn't say like if it hits somebody or... Okay, or it inflicts damage. Okay, I see what they're saying now. Alright, this one right here remains the nuke or possible healing. This one right here still deals the damage, but whoever it hits, it acts as like a mortal strike or as a crippling poison, or I'm sorry, a wounding poison. Just keeps them from healing themselves. An interesting tool to have, but most of the time I've got her fairly well locked up healing, so... Not going to think about it any further. Let's just move forward in the interest of saving time. We can make this propagate another time so that it jumps to 2 enemies. That I couldn't wish for more, so I'm happy with that choice. Another level up to play with over here. I'm going to keep her moving towards a better heal, 500, and then with Denzel, we can start playing around. I think we need to really start increasing his single target damage. Right here, we're going to be able to either make it a larger dot that deals quite a bit more damage. Seeing as enemies don't tend to be alive that long, though, I focus fire pretty hard. Oh, we can block the regeneration of MP, or it's an AoE dot. Okay, I'm going to go with the AoE dot probably then. And now that that's done, let's have a look. Actually, I think we're about ready to break off this episode. There's not a whole lot more that I can do within the constraints of time. Is there anything up here? Just a wide open space that I feel like is going to be an enemy showdown. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me very much here. Actually, thank you very much for joining me here before I mince words too much more poorly. I'm going to need kind of a salad shaker to sort that one out. But anyways, thank you for joining me here. I always appreciate having you present while I sit here and talk to myself about video games. I look forward to seeing you guys next time, and I still hope you're enjoying the series. I've noticed, like, people don't seem to be quite as interested in Aarklash Legacy, but I really really like the game, so obviously we're never going to quit it until we finish it. I'd really like to beat it, so I'll see you guys next time, and take care out there, everybody.